Hi everybody and welcome to this Pro and Expert playthrough free video guide for the Coven Trials tournament here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well. Please hit thumbs up, helps me out here on the channel a lot, and make sure you're subscribed as well. Replays and adjustments from previous tournaments for all 9 holes of this tournament. Cursed Swamp, and you remember to tweak as you go along according to your clubs, balls and skill level. Timestamps are in the video description down below. Plenty of content on the channel homepage, so make sure you check it out. Thank you for watching. Here we go. Starting off with hole number 1. Good chance for a hole-in-one on this par 3. We're going to play the rough bump even in headwind angle. Obviously, if you have stronger winds, though, you would probably need to use a Kingmaker or better. I'm having the top of the yellow ring touching the rough in line with the pin, then I'm applying spin to get the ball guide through the hole by approximately 2 to 3 green squares in headwind. Obviously, if you've got crosswind, then I go tip a ball guide to the hole. Tailwind, you want to leave it slightly short. I'm going 1-to-1 here as my base adjustment. That kind of works very well in a lot of wind angles here. Obviously, you would need to tweak. Because we're playing into headwind though, rather than adjust more, I go with a little bit of overpower just before circle drop. Overpower just to make sure I'm not landing short. You can see the speed is good here, just need a couple of clicks of curl, but the principle is the same in all wind angles. Nice rough bump chance with the sniper. We're going to drive with the sniper here. Blue ring touching the rough on the left at the top of +0 with sniper level 10, top of +2 with sniper 9. We're going with half a bar of top spin and 3 bars side spin to the left. It's a very simple adjustment here. We're going to play 1-to-1. So 8.3 wind. You are going to adjust this one 8.3 rings. So it's going to be sniper tee shot, sniper second shot. So no need to worry about any drivers here. Just make sure you got your sniper bag packed. Blue ring touching the rough. There's your reference. And once we've made our adjustment here, you will see this is a nice layup drive along the fairway, and the purpose here is going to set up a minimum distance approach shot again with our sniper. So making our adjustment there, time to take our shot, centering the ball, and we are going to hit perfect here. And you'll see the outcome of the drive here, safely onto the fairway, and we're getting a nice roll. We're not threatening the rough, so there is room for some error here. Comfortably away from the rough. Like I said, you want to be aiming for around 225 yards. Second shot, complete minimum distance line, so pack the grizzly, and we're having the blue ring touching the rough, and then I apply spin to get the ball guide going just through the hole. So make sure you can zoom in and have the ball guide and the pin visible just above the spin box. It will need probably around 2 top spin, maybe a bit more, but make sure you've got that ball guide just going through the centre of the hole. Now the trees may be in the way to adjust here, so in the event of a different wind angle you might want to push the rings, but I'm just okay here. We're going minimum distance, 0 elevation. So minimum distance, 0 elevation, playing from a nice firm min line, packing the grizzly. And you'll see this one centering the ball, hitting perfect, will catch a nice little route to the pin, comfortably on the fairway, rolling onto the green, tracking really nicely and dropping. On the drive here, we're going to use the quarterback, and we're going to have half of the clear ring overlapping the rough on the right, and we are at the top of +6 with quarterback 9 and 10. Then we're going with 5 top spin, which is max top spin there, and 3 bars of side spin to the right. So we're using a Kingmaker. We're going to swing this ball round with the side spin and also some curl. Before we do that, though, it is time to adjust, and we're going maximum distance, 0 elevation. Maximum distance, 0 elevation. Once we've made our adjustment, we're going to go with 0.8 ball curl to the right. So look at the left edge of my Kingmaker. It is going to touch the inside wall of the adjustment ring, and we're going just before the circle drops with overpower. So that one click before, just one click, either before the circle drops there. You want to be at the very last pixel. Hit perfect. Drive distance is going to be in the region here. A very consistent drive of around 340 yards. Second shot, fringe check, so bullseye in line with the pin, Where the fringe meets the green gives me +3 with sniper 10. That will be +5 with sniper 9. Going with 1 top spin and 3 right spin. Setting up here with the ball guide short of the hole. And just pointing 1 click to the left of the pin if you want to be very, very detailed about it. Now, for a fringe check of +3 with sniper 10, that will be +5 with sniper 9. I'm going to play this one 64% slider, -5 elevation. Make sure you go -5. Now, a word of warning, great right will miss the rough on this one. So if you are worried about a great right, you could use a precision ball, or you could just play safe with a bounce-up shot using backspin, bouncing on the fairway instead. But in my experience, a rough bump here offers the best chance at the drop. On this par 4, we're going to go with a berserker because we're going to get on the green very easily. Now, you want the bullseye over the 3rd rough line, counting from the fairway on the right. You want that 3rd cut of rough, top of +8 with APOC 5 and above, and that will be top of +14 with APOC level 4. 4 top spin, 1 bar of side spin to the right. Now, it looks like a weird setup, but the reason I'm setting this far back is because I'm going to go full overpower, but with a slow needle. Adjust max +5, power 5 numbers. So maximum distance, 5% elevation, P5 numbers. Then we go with full overpower, slow needle with APOC 5 and above. It's still going to be fairly slow. With APOC 4, I've hit double great left. It's been safe. Single great right has also been safe. And this is going to get very safely onto the green. If you want to try and pursue the hole in one, you could try with a different ball or with a bit of right curl. But be careful, in the event of using curl, the bunker on the right might be in play. In strong tailwind, you can blast this to either get to green or to end up with a thorn shot. But in crosswind and headwind, I'd play with the quarterback or the rock. Quarterback in crosswind here. 2.5 top spin, 2 bars of left spin. Could have pushed the drive a little bit further though, I just didn't want to roll into the rough. Setting up at P6, max rest position, red ring touching the rough. If you're playing into headwind, you will need a little bit more top spin, up to 4, maybe 4.2 bars. And I would set up with the quarterback and then do a club switch to the extra mile, Thor's hammer or Apocalypse, so you don't have to apply any overpower. Max +10 in all wind angles here, and because I'm not playing with a side spin 3 ball, I just play with a circle break curl to the left, just to take myself away from the rough that cuts in as the fairway goes to the right. But you want to lay up here, and this is going to leave you a sniper approach. Bounce up is what I'm going to show you, but the rough bump is also an option as well. In the video here, I'm finding minimum distance. I'm then going to max and estimating my club distance, TC on the notepad, true club distance, according to where I'm going to set up. Apply a little bit of backspin, get the ball guide just shy of the cup here, because we've got a bit of tailwind. Obviously, if you're playing into headwind, you will need that ball guide through the hole. If you don't want to go with a backspin approach and bounce over, you can set up between the bushes and go for a rough bump instead. It all depends what you prefer to do. In the video here, I estimated this to be around 68% of my club distance. However, I played with a bit too much elevation. Rather than 10, I should have gone with 5%. This will miss on the left, but it will show you pretty much what you need to look for on this hole. If you haven't got straight tailwind that is strong, then you will need to lay up and go for the pin along this route instead. But it's a decent chance, nice landing position, and a nice flat green as well. Tricky par 3 here. In any tailwind, you're going to play with the sniper, probably from the top of +8 with sniper 10, and play with a little bit of backspin, and always 2 to 3 bars of right spin. But in headwind, you're going to play minimum distance with the quarterback, with a katana, setting up at the min line with the red ring touching the bunker. Going, as you can see, with 5.5 backspin and also some side spin to the right, depending what the wind is doing. Minimum distance, 20% elevation. If you're playing the sniper shot, I'd be playing that one max +20, but this is a very difficult par 3, and even with extensive wind angle tweaks, it's very hard to dial in the hole in one. But that's what you really need to do with the different wind directions on this hole. onto a par 4 now, and I'm going to set up with the extra mile just to prove that you can make this shot with an extra mile, but if you want to, you can switch clubs as well. 4.5 top spin, 2 left spin. If you want to play with 3 left spin, you can. You would then not need any curl. Yellow ring touching the rough at max distance with extra mile 9. Then we're going to switch to APOC. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here now. Obviously, in headwind, this drive is a little bit awkward and you might want to just lay up before the end of the first fairway rather than risk missing the pad and applying overpower. If you've got the big topper, you can go for a double bounce drive to green or with APOC 7+ in decent wind angles, but obviously any great balls there do risk the water. Max plus 10, bit of curl to the left. This is setting up for a thorn dunk. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I do like it on this hole. Drive around 365 yards. Thorn dunk, we've got a tutorial on that on the Academy tutorial playlist on the channel homepage if you're not familiar with it. And rings from min, we have a tutorial as well. Both of those methods are used in this shot. So I'm finding min line, counting up rings from min, having the arrows at the back of the cup. I was 16 rings from min in this one, so I play 16% on the slider. Unfortunately, I go with no elevation. This is over adjusted, and very unluckily, I hit the pin here, but I'm still going to be fine for my birdie. In the video, I go with 0 elevation. This is over adjusted. I instead would recommend you play minus 10% elevation, minus 10 instead. But it's a decent chance for your eagle, and they are always impressive and fun shots if you pull them off correctly in the game. We're going to go before spin, blue ring touching the rough, ball guide pointing at the hole. It will be a little bit short. Then you will add your spin. We are going here with just around half a bar of side spin to the left, maybe 0.4. And in the video, I'm going with 0.2 backspin. However, I would like you to play with a click or two more than that. This one does drop, but it comes in a little bit on the hot side, so I would investigate going maybe with 0.3, maybe 0.4 backspin. Take a token or two if you're able to, and put in some tweaks and find out what works nicely for you. But it's a simple one-to-one adjust, so again, you're adjusting the same number of rings as the wind strength. So in my case, that is 8.3. Centre the ball, hit perfect, bouncing on the fairway pad, and this will drop very nicely for a hole-in-one. Like I said, though, a little bit on the hot side, so maybe a click more backspin. Berserker time here to try and be aggressive. Top of plus 25 with APOC 5 and above. APOC 5 and 6 will have the red ring touching the rough. Then we go 5.8 top spin and 1 bar side spin to the right. APOC 4, you will be at P5 max rest, and you will have 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough on the right. The adjustment here is maximum distance, 0 elevation. We are using power 5 numbers. And once we've adjusted, there won't be any need to push up. You're just going to take your shot. And we're going here with full overpower, and it's going to be a steady needle with APOC 5 and above. It might have a little bit of a shake with APOC 4, but still a good chance of hitting perfect, which we do here. Clearing very nicely the water and the hazards, and rolling on the fairway. Now, if you want to be more aggressive with the second shot, I would actually play the drive with a little bit of curl to the right. And the reason being, I'm adding 2.8 backspin here and all the left spin available. But I've got to use curl to attack the pin. So if you don't want to use curl, then instead add some right curl on your drive, because then that means you can attack the pin and actually be further away from the rough on the left here. Setting up with the ball guide offset before and just to the left of the pin as shown. And I'm using here true club distance. That equates to landing position plus yards, 0 elevation. I'm 2 yards away from max. So 14 with Grizzly 9, I'm playing 96% slider. Obviously, with Grizzly 7 and 8, you will be a little bit shorter. So you can either push your drive a little bit further or adapt the second shot. Here you can see I'm using circle break left curl just to try and attack the pin. A little bit more needed in my instance, but I do think tweaking the drive would make the second shot more suitable. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.